Hi everyone, it's Eva here. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to a brand new Sims 4 speed build. And for today, I decided to build an industrial house. I mean, you've seen it on the thumbnail, that's why you're here. But yeah, I decided to build something industrial just because this style is really up my alley, even though it's so different to my normal modern style. But I do really love industrial style, and I wish I was brave enough to have the industrial style like in my own home. But I'm a bit scared of all the black and dark and brick and all that stuff. But I would love to live in a place like this. Absolutely dream house, genuinely. So yeah, I thought I would give it a go in The Sims, and I do really love the end result. Every time I build something in the past couple of weeks, I'm like, oh, this might be my favorite build. And then I'm like, oh, this might be my favorite build. I think up to this day, the modern mansion that I did is still my number one, but this one's coming close to being a favorite. I really enjoy doing this, especially because I rarely ever build like smaller-ish houses. And when I started building this industrial house, I built it on, I think, a 20 by 30 in Brindleton Bay. And I did build all of this on this lot, but then at the end, when I was filming the tour and taking screenshots and everything, I was like, something doesn't feel right. So I moved it from Brindleton Bay to a bigger lot. I think this one is oh, for God's sake, why didn't I look this up before? A 30 by 30. So I moved this smaller lot to a bigger lot in San Myshuno, which is in the middle of the city, and it's called the Waterside Warbles. And I'm so happy about moving it because, like I said, in Brindleton Bay, the lot size was amazing, and I wish this lot size was the same in San Myshuno, but sadly it's not, so it's a bit bigger on the sides and there's nothing there. But anyway, I am quite happy with how it looks just because that district has like industrial style buildings in it already, so I feel like it fits perfectly. And it was located where I think the karaoke bar originally is. I think it is perfect where it is right now. But yeah, I just wanted to mention this just in case some of you are confused at the end when you see the end product and it's in a completely different location. Yeah, it's because I really was unhappy with how it looked. Anywho, like I said, I really love the industrial build style, and I had so much fun building an industrial loft like quite a while back. I think it was like in summer last year, and a lot of you guys loved it back then, so I thought maybe I'll bring it back in a different version. This time it's not a loft, it's also not like a loft style, so it does have like loft elements to it. So for example, it has the open walkway above the kitchen and living areas that is like a loft, but technically isn't because the bedrooms are like tucked away in their little rooms, so those aren't really loft-like. But I didn't really want to copy like a loft again or a penthouse again, especially because I did a penthouse recently. So yeah, it turned into this industrial house, and I think when you look at it, it could have been like an old warehouse that someone then remodeled to make it into a residential build. I love this kind of warehouse style, especially because it is reflected in the surrounding neighborhood. I think that is just But obviously I added some of the modern touches that I am addicted to at the moment, just because I didn't want it to be too industrial and too like warehousey. But as much as it is like modern on the outside, on like bits of it like the platforms that I used for roofs and stuff like that, it is very classic industrial on the inside. And my favorite thing about this build probably is the terrace on the back. It's such a cute little spot that I created with cozy sofas with pillows and fairy lights and all sorts. And I think it's like a perfect garden in the city. It's like a little getaway from all the noise and all the people and everything going on. But I also really obsessively love the kitchen. I think my favorite kitchen I've ever built. If you guys have watched me for a while, you know I love doing kitchens. I don't know, it's just something about kitchens that I'm addicted to building, and I could do just kitchens 24/7. And I love coming up with like new ways to design kitchens and make them look as realistic and as pretty as possible. And with this one, I again used the shelf from Dine Out. It's like a wall decoration that I love flipping with the tool mod and then making it into like a surface. I've done this before in my penthouse recently where I built like tables, and I really loved that look, so I was like, I need it again in this build. Yeah, slightly different this time because it's kitchen counters and also the table. It's all functional, so you don't need to worry about any of that. I play tested it, it's all functional, and your Sims can eat at the table. The bar stools and the dining table are fully functional because I sized down the baby tables to an even smaller size, to like 0.001 I think, or even smaller. So yeah, they just turn into tiny pixels, but they're still functional in the game. Oh, and also one thing that I need to mention is I edited all of the footage that I had, all of the speed build footage, and right at the end I was like, hold on a second, I think I forgot the fridge. So yeah, I forgot the most important item in the kitchen. I now managed to squeeze one in for the download, so if you download it from my gallery, you can be rest assured that there is a fridge. And before I forget, I always have to mention my gallery art. If you're sick of this, I'm sorry, but I really, really love gallery art. It's basically no custom content, but it is like created by other simmers. There's so many beautiful like pictures and framed pictures, posters, all of that stuff on the gallery, and like I said, they don't flag up as custom content, so I love using those. They are much more modern and like up to date, and there's so much more variety. And literally all of the pictures that I'm using in this build are by the same creator, namely by Fruit Loops 40. I will tag her ID and you definitely have to check her out. She's amazing. She does insane pictures. They look so realistic. They look super high quality. I love using her pictures. They're so, so gorgeous. So yeah, if you're wondering throughout this speed build, you're like, I've no idea where this picture came from. They're all from Fruit Loops 40. Also, this building is really, really spacious. We have 3 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms, and obviously like huge living spaces and the backyard and everything. So it is really, really spacious. I mean, 2 of the bedrooms did turn out quite small. One of them is a really beautiful like ensuite bedroom slash almost its own kind of flat without the kitchen. And for this ensuite, as well as for the office downstairs, I decided to create like this industrial look of I don't really know how to describe it, but like of like glass walls slash glass doorways in a way. So I, again, with tool mod, rotated an item, and that is the glass floor from Island Living that I also use for like walk-in showers a lot of the time. And yeah, I rotated that and then created this kind of door frame. I think it is really, really cool. I mean, you don't really have much privacy, I guess, but I think it's fine. Also in that bedroom, I created another functional custom idea that is not custom content. I need to stress this a bit more, that when I say custom furniture, I don't mean custom content. It means that I created things with items that are in the game, just using tool mod or like raising them up, scaling them down, stuff like that. So they are functional and not custom content, because I don't build with custom content. I built a bit of custom furniture up there in that bedroom, and I got the idea from Fantasims because she did a tutorial for hanging beds that are literally still functional, which is super important to me. And her idea was like to raise it up a little bit and then use a picture frame underneath to kind of make it look like the bottom of the bed, because otherwise it just looks a bit strange. And then to make it look like it's hanging from the wall, I just used a debug pole, and I think it looks super cool. And the best thing is that it is still functional. I didn't actually know that beds would still be functional when they're raised up like that, but yeah. Learn something new once again. Alright, this speed build is coming to an end soon. If you are still watching and you've made it to this point, let me tell you, I really appreciate that. Thank you very much. So the full tour is obviously coming up now, and I really hope you like that. If you enjoyed this video, then please give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next video on Wednesday. Bye!